Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the podcast that celebrates the resilience of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle while shedding light on the truth. As Benjamin Franklin once said, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Today we're tackling a deeply concerning issue: Scotland Yard's puzzling inaction on Prince Harry's phone hacking case. Despite Harry's landmark court victory in December 2023, where the High Court awarded him £50,000 in damages against the Mirror Group newspapers, MGN, there has been no action from Scotland Yard. The Metropolitan Police, who once pledged to carefully review the case, have been silent for over a year. Why hasn't Scotland Yard acted? Is it due to a lack of resources, or is it fear of uncovering deeper scandals? Could it be pressure from powerful media organisations, or is it reluctance to support a royal who challenges the status quo? Whatever the reason, this silence is deafening, and it sends a troubling message that justice is only for the powerless, not the powerful. Harry's victory was significant. It proved that these unethical practices exist and must be addressed. Without proper investigation and accountability, however, this victory remains incomplete. Here we are, over a year later, with Scotland Yard failing to act. Despite their promise to review the case, their silence has been deafening. The court's decision wasn't a mere reprimand, it exposed deeply ingrained illegal practices within MGN. The evidence was solid, the ruling clear, and yet Scotland Yard has done nothing. Remember the infamous News of the World scandal in 2011? It exposed the disturbing lengths to which some journalists would go to invade privacy, hacking into private voicemails, even those of grieving families. The scandal shocked the nation, leading to the closure of the newspaper and a judicial public inquiry, the Leveson Inquiry. The inquiry revealed a culture of impunity in media practices, with recommendations for reforms to protect individuals' privacy. Yet here we are, in 2024, discussing the same issues. Prince Harry's court victory against the Mirror Group newspapers last December proved that these practices persist, exposing a culture of disregard for ethics even in a post-Leveson world. If systemic change was promised back then, why is it taking so long for justice to be served now? One thing is certain: justice delayed is justice denied. As expected, certain outlets like GB News have twisted this narrative. They paint Prince Harry's fight for accountability as a personal vendetta, distracting from the broader systemic issues exposed by this case. Prince Harry isn't alone in his fight. He's standing up for everyone who has been a victim of media intrusion. Celebrities like Hugh Grant and Sienna Miller have spoken publicly about the trauma caused by phone hacking and unethical journalism. These cases remind us that even the most private moments can be stolen and exploited for profit. But it's not just celebrities. Ordinary people have been targeted too. Individuals whose lives were turned upside down by relentless intrusion and baseless stories. Harry's case is a spotlight on a larger problem. His fight for justice sends a message. No one, whether royal or not, should be subjected to such violations. Imagine if it were you. If your private conversations, your personal struggles were splashed across headlines. This isn't just about fame, it's about human dignity. Let's be clear. Harry isn't just fighting for himself. He's fighting for everyone who has been exploited by unethical journalism. This is a call for systemic reform, not personal gain. The narrative around Harry and Meghan in the British tabloids has evolved significantly, shifting from initial admiration and support to intense criticism, often fueled by misinformation and sensationalism. This transformation in how the couple is portrayed is crucial because it highlights the power and impact of media on public perception. At the outset, when Harry and Meghan were first introduced to the public as a couple, the media largely celebrated their relationship. Meghan was lauded as a breath of fresh air, an American actress with a diverse background who could bring modernity and inclusivity to the royal family. The couple's charity work, particularly Meghan's advocacy for gender equality and Harry's support for mental health awareness, was widely praised, and they were often depicted as a progressive, relatable duo. As their relationship with the British royal family became more complex, media coverage took a darker turn. The tabloids began to target Meghan, scrutinizing every aspect of her life, from her upbringing to her relationships with family members. Her American roots, mixed-race heritage, and independent personality were often twisted into narratives that painted her as an outsider, a disruptor of royal tradition. Negative headlines were amplified by the media's portrayal of her as difficult, demanding, and ungrateful, particularly after Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020. Harry was also increasingly vilified, with tabloids accusing him of abandoning his royal responsibilities and betraying his family. The press often framed the couple's decision to pursue financial independence and relocate to the United States as an act of rebellion rather than a personal choice. The shifting media narrative about Harry and Meghan matters because it underscores the role the press plays in shaping public perception, particularly in a world where misinformation can spread rapidly. The media's portrayal of the couple has, at times, been misleading or outright false, fueled by a desire for scandal rather than truth. For example, numerous false reports have been published about Meghan's relationship with her family or her supposed demands on the royal family, which were later debunked. This evolving narrative has real-world consequences. Public figures, especially those in the royal family, often have little control over how they are portrayed, leaving them vulnerable to media manipulation. As consumers of news, it is important to question the sources and motivations behind what is being reported. Are the stories based on verified facts, or are they being shaped to fit a particular agenda? Are the headlines designed to generate outrage and division, rather than foster understanding and dialogue? It's essential to approach media narratives about Harry and Meghan, and by extension any high-profile public figures, with a critical eye. Tabloid journalism, which often prioritizes sensationalism over accuracy, can be misleading and damaging. To combat this, we must promote media literacy, encouraging individuals to seek out diverse sources, verify facts, and question narratives that seem to lack substance. Despite these challenges, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle remain steadfast. Together, they've faced relentless scrutiny but continue to advocate for transparency, fairness, and justice. Meghan has been an unwavering source of strength for Harry, demonstrating the power of unity and resilience in the face of adversity. Together, they embody what it means to challenge the status quo for a better future. Scotland Yard's inaction sends a dangerous message. It tells victims their experiences don't matter, powerful organisations can act with impunity, and accountability applies only to the powerless. This is bigger than Harry. It's about setting a precedent that ensures justice for everyone, regardless of their status or the power of their oppressors. What's your take on Scotland Yard's silence? Do you think powerful interests are being protected, or is there another reason? We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts on social media with the hashtag #JusticeForHarry, and let's amplify this conversation. Public pressure can lead to change, and your voice matters. Together, we can ensure that justice prevails. Prince Harry's battle isn't just his, it's ours too. This fight is about dignity, truth, and creating a fairer system for everyone. Press accountability is essential to maintaining the integrity of journalism and protecting individuals from unethical practices. Organisations such as Hacked Off and the Ethical Journalism Network are at the forefront of this fight, advocating for press reform and supporting victims of media intrusion. Campaigns like these aim to create a media landscape that prioritises truth, fairness, and respect for privacy. To support these efforts, listeners can take actionable steps such as signing petitions that demand stricter regulations, sharing credible resources to raise awareness, or donating to advocacy groups pushing for ethical journalism. Together, these small actions can contribute to systemic change, ensuring a media environment that holds itself accountable and values justice. As Benjamin Franklin's words remind us, outrage against injustice must be universal if we are to see real change. Thank you for tuning in to Meghan and Harry Tales. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to stay updated on their journey and fight for justice. If you wish to further support us, you can do so via Super Thanks. Your support is highly appreciated. Until next time, let's stay united in the pursuit of truth and accountability.